Okay.
Okay.
So picking the objects up. Let's start. First, where's the scene? Because I would like to have the stuff that picks the objects up already on the scene. Test level. And let's watch this guy.
It's just going to hide behind it at all times.
Why
So
so
let's hit
quiet?
play, and let's test that out here again. So this will just basically force the pickups to hide behind the player by default. So for our pickup, we can have it monitor to see when a body enters it, and if that body has a inventory, then we'll just add the pickup to the inventory and we will remove the pickup from the scene. So first off, let's go to player. Let's call it a node here for the inventory. I will right click, add a child node, and let's make it a new node. I'll rename this to be inventory. And now let's create a script for inventories. So for the inventory, let's add a new script here. We can leave it in characters/inventory.gd, I suppose. Create.
Okay, he does inventory. I have storage. Okay, I have basic storage. Okay, how do you look? Yep, that's the storage. You are just a node. And right now I don't need anything. Hello! I did the stream yesterday, but today I hope I will finish what I started Monday. would have the new picking system, pickable system of the resources and stuff. By the way, one thing that I did not find by this guy yet, how he does position. Need to check that, or maybe have more attention, just in case. Making inventory resources, count HUD. Yeah, that's gonna be next one. So I need those two tutorial kind of steps that he's doing. I hope that counting is the same as I did, and I don't know how I did it, but we'll see. So there's a storage script. So can I close everything below? Nope. Then I can close like this. Asteroid, go away. Okay. Okay, so let's have a storage. I will instantiate the storage here. Basic storage, and I don't know. Go forward a bit. Good enough. Somehow this music sounds like from Helldivers. I managed to fix my thing with battery and stuff. I didn't fix the battery itself. It still discharges too fast, so I have no idea how to charge it properly. I ordered some batteries from the Amazon. I tried to order them from, how it's called, AliExpress, but it said to me that the batteries will be here only in September at best. So screw that. It's like too long to wait. So I tried to find similar one in Amazon. There was only one. I tried to buy it, and they said, sorry that this battery is in the bad condition, we cannot ship it. So yeah, that was weird. And generally I ordered some similar ones, a bit bigger I think, but at least they will be here. I think it was latest in August, with some chargers. I actually don't know how to get proper charging stations for them, because it's also weird. Why there are no actual, random charging stations where you can not put the battery inside, but you actually have wires and connect wires to it? Because this is weird. Or at least, some device where I could manipulate the output voltage and configure how much goes inside. Or set dynamically the lines, do this 3 volt for 1 hour, then 3.5 volt for extra hour, and then last 3.7. So yeah, this is weird. But I found the battery and way to fix it. So I found, I don't know how they call it, basically the vape thingy that you can buy in shops, single use, something like that. So it's not rechargeable. It's just one, you buy them and then you dispose of them somehow. So I figured they should have batteries same as this 3.7 volts. And it looks like it's not round inside, because it was kind of squished, so it probably has smaller one. And if it's the one that I think it is, it should be same size as I needed. And I disassembled it, and there was the battery. I'm not sure if it can be recharged because it doesn't say what type of battery it is, but it was 37 volts and it fit. Not perfectly, it was a little bit bigger, but it fit. And as I found out, those how are they called? Damn it. Vape thingies are cheaper than the battery that I ordered from Amazon. So this is extra weird. And this battery has higher capacity. So I'm not sure if it's rechargeable or not, but it definitely is cheaper and works. I hope it won't short circuit inside, so. Also, I managed to get my passport yesterday, so I have new documents. And I managed to get my signature, e-signature back, and so now I will try to open my company. I signed all the documents needed required to actually start the process. So soon, I hope there will be an actual company that will try to publish on Steam or somewhere, if I have something to publish, of course. There's Deep Rock Galactic update and Age of Darkness update. Weird. Okay, so this debugger I don't care. What I was caring about, I need the collider. So let's... Oh wait, that's a storage thing. Okay, I'm gonna tell this. So, platform is collidable. All the platforms will be collidable. When something hits the collidable platform, it will hit whatever is on top on that, then it will hit the next in row until the last part where the platform itself can be damaged. Unless the attack stays differently. So here, I assume that I will have a collider, like a physical one, bounding box. But what I need to know is the actual area which can collect the resource. So let's add this one. I need area to D. And then I will add collision shape, and it will be a rectangle. I don't know. Let's have it big for now. Who cares? Okay, so what does this guy do?
Let's give it a class name. Class name inventory. In the inventory, let's create a dictionary for resources, so it will include which.
Okay. For that thing, I had a storage. Okay, dictionary. That will store all the stuff. So why it's like this? I think it should be 2, and this should be 2. I don't know. Yes, and I have some functions to add and to remove, and to duplicate for some reason. Okay, because I need the thing without the duplication. Okay, anyway.
Which type of resources are in the player's inventory, and how many of those resources are in the inventory for each type. So in our inventory, we can create a dictionary for resources that we want to track. Something like export var resources, and this would be a dictionary, and we set it to equals this thing.
This thing, yes, I have. It's called storage. I can call it currencies. Because storage. It's, I don't know. Okay.
Equals curly braces.
I'll keep the
means,
storage.
Dictionary here. So our dictionary will contain keys, which will be the resource that is in the resources dictionary. And then...
By the way, is it currency? So currency... Metal. Metal is a currency, yes. Let's call it metal. Base metal. I can actually rename that to be a base metal. I don't know why it updated the pickup file. Oh, maybe I should have saved that. I don't know.
Values, which will be how many are in there. So let's go back to pickup rock, and we can see that in the nodes we can do body entered, body node 2D. So basically in our script we want to connect to the area 2D itself. Instead of connecting it right here, just to make sure it always works for any pickups we create, let's actually just set that up in code. So if we have, let's say, a function ready, so function underscore ready here, and then we're going to connect to itself. So let's do body entered, and the callable is going to be on body.
Okay, this is weird. So he does that on the pickable itself. So my thing was called also pickup. Oh yeah, that's the thing that how it will start. So yes. So metal resource. It's also a pickup. And you are giving it the process of launching. Yeah, so it's the same stuff. He wants to connect with the collision shape. So when the pickup hits something, it will check and give itself. So the pickup is responsible to increase the capacity of the stuff that's being picked, which I don't like, because I think the storage should pick up the stuff. So if it's being hit by the pickup thing, it should know, because it's easier to actually check. I don't check, do you have inventory? The inventory actually knows, hey, can I pick this thing up that's being hit? Because it's gonna be on the same layer. Also, stop clicking all the buttons.
Entered. Yep, let's just do that. And then down here at the bottom, we'll make that function underscore on body entered. Then we have the body node, which is a node 2D. Let's pass. And then I want to add the underscore back up here at the top. Okay. So basically when the script starts, we're connecting to its own signal, and then we can come down here. We'll check that if the body that entered the pickup has a inventory, then we're going to add the pickup to the inventory, and we're going to remove the pickup from the scene. So let's do var inventory equals body dot find child. In the find child, the pattern we're looking for is that it is from the inventory class. So you can use a string for, I think, the node
yeah
name, but
my
this
stuff
will
is better.
also-
So this is probably the first thing that I don't agree. It's actually better not that pickable object will go and find the inventory and put itself there. It's better to reverse it. Probably. Maybe that's how I got this error with I forgot how it's called. The actual, like, that I need to wait for something to happen. So Anyway, this is my basic storage. This is the storage script. So first of all, do I care about it? No, I don't. I care about... Okay, I care about this because it needs to be. And I don't care about this one anymore, definitely. So, and get storage. Do I need it? Maybe later, so that UI could ask for it, but not right now. Anyway, here it is. On the bus, I can actually connect to the stuff here. So export var, not export, wait, on ready variable. Big cable area is gonna be area 2D, and of course let's have it area 2D. Yes. So here on ready, it's already initialized, as I figured out that out last time. I need to connect the event to it. So, okay, you'll be in passive right now. On... It's not body, it's area. Yes. Or not. Okay, right now pickables are not actual physical objects. I mean, they kinda are, but they do not collide. So, metal resource, it's like rigid body 2D. And it says that it's collectible component, by the way. What the hell is this? Okay. I remember now. So... So this was the idea. If the object has collectible component, then I can collect it. This was over engineering on my part, so on... Let's have on body entered. Body... Okay, what if it... Okay, let's have it as big pickup. Would be actually funny if, you know, if everything else collides, it would be ignored, generally. But that's not how it works, so... Print... Body entered. It's gonna be body.name. Okay, so here on ready, I need to connect. To do that, pickable area dot body entered dot connect on body. Why does not actually helping me? Oh, because it's below. And for some reason, it actually compiles it out and doesn't see below statement. This was stupid a bit. Okay, so storage, and there's an area. So area collision. What are you colliding with? Spaceship? Nope. I need you to collide with collectible. Save. And now this metal resource has a collision. And it's collectible, yes. And it doesn't care about what it monitors, so technically it should pick up stuff. Okay, yeah, it kind of picks it up. Boom, boom, boom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so they are actually getting in and out. Good. So this works. Now... Now let's see how he does this second part. Maybe collectible component is actually good. Because I would not rely on the actual object, I don't care what I'm picking, the collectible will actually tell me the resource that's being picked. Somehow. Let's see.
Work with class types. So let's check inventory.gd. So class
yeah,
name,
I'm caring
should
how
match
he
here.
will organize the resources
Basically,
inside.
a node that has a inventory script attached should be found by this
Ads, I
body.find
forgot about
child
them.
inventory. So if the inventory is valid, we're going to do inventory.add resources. So let's say resource type, and we'll write that up at the top, and then the amount, which is going to be 1. So up at the top, let's add in at export var resource type, and that will just be a type of resource. We can come up here and be more specific later on, maybe make it like build materials instead of just resources, but it should work fine for now. So now our inventory needs to add resources function. So in inventory, let's create function add resources. So we need a type, which is going to be a resource, and we need a amount, which is going to be an integer. So when we add resources, we're going to find the key in the dictionary if it exists, and if not, we're going to add the key to the dictionary.
Okay, how I am doing this? Where's my... That's my storage. Get currency. Do I have add? Yeah, I have add, and there's a currency. Oh yeah, because the currency has the amount. Maybe let's have a separate function here for now. Function add currency. Currency of currency. And amount. That's gonna be integer. Oops. Void. And I will do all this thingy here, but if currency in storage, then storage currency will be equals amount, and here it's gonna be amount. Good. Then that thing. Okay, let's have old amount as the integer and the new amount also as integer. That may be helpful later on, just for some pop-ups and thingies. So let's ignore this value for now. And let's have this. Boom. Okay.
And then we're going to set the amount of the resource inside of it. So we're going to do resources of type, And we're going to set that equal to whatever the current value is. So resources.type, and we're going to add the amount. Okay, now back.
Somehow it sounds like Harry
once
Potter.
we add the resources,
Music.
we can queue free on the pickup. So after adding the pickup to the inventory, we need to queue it free from the scene. So let's remove it with queue free. Let's go ahead and test now and see if all of that actually works. So let's hit play. I'm going to look at the remote scene. Let's expand the game level, the player, and look at the inventory here. So in the inspector over on the right, we can see the resources, the dictionary here. Now let's look at our game view. So I'm going to harvest this resource. Let's go pick it up.
And fail.
So it almost worked. We got to the add resources. So
It
invalid
doesn't
get
exist.
index, null.
Yet.
The type is null. Right, so we need to actually pass in a resource type to that. So that would be coming from
And check
pickups
if
here.
it exists.
So the resource type is something we actually do. Resource type here. This is a folder inside of here. So these are item resources because they exist inside of the inventory. Let's right click here, create a new script, and this is going to inherit from resources. And we can call the resource script something like resource item. And it inherits from resource, not from resources. So resource
Wait.
item, or item resource, whatever makes more sense to you.
Why
Let's
does he
create that.
has new
Okay,
resource?
so now we have this inside of the folder. Let's give it some fields such as @export var display name, which is going to be a string. We can give it a texture as a texture 2D as well, so that if we need to display it in an inventory or something, we know what to show for it. And aside from that, we'll just hit Control S.
Oh
and
wait,
say-
maybe
oh,
he
wait, we
didn't
do need to give it a
have.
class name.
Yeah,
So class
so
name
that's where he
gonna
creates it right
be
now.
resource item. Yep, okay, that makes sense to me. Now let's create a actual resource from that script. So let's right click in resources, item resources that is.
Yeah,
Go
that's the
new,
stuff that I
resource,
already did.
Look for item
Because I was
resource
remembering this.
or resource item. Double click on it to create it, and then we're going to call this a rock item or resource rock. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, let's save that there. And now we can double click on it. We can give it the display name rock. We'll give it the same resources texture that we used to show it in the game, so rock item. So if it exists in the inventory, it'll actually show up with the same image. And now let's assign resource rock.tres to pickup rock. So if
Okay, let's have the texture here too. Oh, I have. And do I have it here? Nope. Quick load. Metal. Noble metal, precious metal. Just metal. Yes. Amount. Amount is something that I do not need. Maybe there will be value or something later on. But again, it's probably not on the resource. It should be something in separate table. Anyway,
we drag this into
continue.
here, now we have the item resource type associated with the pickup, which is the object that exists in the game. So we pick up a copy of the actual resource, not the pickup rock node itself. So let's save that.
Why?
And yeah, okay, let's test things out again. Let's hit play. Let's go pick up a resource. Let's walk into it. Okay, so we have the resource now. Invalid get index on dictionary. So I'm guessing it's this part right here.
Yes.
Trying to look up a value that
It doesn't exist.
So let's add a if statement up here. So do if
Mhm.
resources dot has, and we'll look for a type. And I think that's looking for the key. Then we'll do this as before. Okay, so let's save that. Else, what we'll do is we'll say resources at type is going to be equal to the amount, because we're assuming that it hasn't been set yet, so the amount is 0. Let's give that a shot. I'll add a breakpoint for both of these, and we'll see what happens. I'll hit play. Let's go down here. Let's get the resource. Okay, so of course it didn't have the type, so we're going to try to add it now.
Type and
Get
amount.
rid of the breakpoint. Let's hit continue. Okay, execution resumed. So let's take a look at our remote scene. Game level
Inventory.
player inventory. So we can see in the dictionary that we have a size of 1 now. And so when we added it, I believe this should be the resource here. And then this should be
It's
the
actually a
count.
weird name
So,
of the
let's
resource.
continue. Let's get another pickup so we get it. And let's continue. Control's got a little screw there. But let's go click on the inventory and let's see if it was able to add another copy of it
We should have
to
two.
the inventory. So we expand
Yes.
the dictionary and now we have 2 of the item. So the only thing is that the item's kind of showing up a little weird here. let's close the game there for a second. For the type, I'm going to actually rename this to be
Why is it about
resource
something
item.
about copy?
And
It should be
let's
the same.
add resources. Yeah, add resources.
Because you're
Yeah, okay.
literally searching for the same stuff. Anyway, this may work. Sorry. That's about currency. So I have a title, texture, and type is not needed. And this one is deprecated. Actually, I think it should be double. Yes. Okay. Usually it's also this. I have no idea if it's correct way or not. So this is basic storage. On body entered, I have a pickup. Pickup right now has the currency, and there's no amount of it. So what I can do, storage dot add currency, body dot currency 1, and after that I can queue free it. So body dot queue free. That's it. Later I can use this collidable component. Okay, it works. And it looks like it's being handled properly. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. This works. It's being entered and it does whatever it needs to do. So for now, it's really clean and small, which I absolutely like.
Sure, that's fine still. I wonder if this changes anything. So let's go gather a couple.
Also, this is
resources.
super weird that
See how that shows.
how I can close that to see
Okay, so we got our resources.
if I don't care about this
remote,
ending.
Game level, player, inventory. Let's look at the dictionary, and it's still showing up. Okay, so now if we go ahead and we collect some of these pickup items, like so, let's go check the inventory by going to the Godoting engine, remote view, game level, player, and we look at inventory. And we'll see that we're picking up the resources now because our dictionary has items. You can see that the resource is being stored here as review, but we can see that we picked up 2 of that item. So seeing the objects here is a lot easier when you would be looking at, let's say, the
It didn't
debugger view.
open.
So if
Or
we,
it did.
let's say, look at the inventory
Oh,
script,
that's a link.
and
Okay,
we
those are
have
the
the bit
links.
here where we're adding something to the inventory. Let's add the debugger point at that point, and let's go collect another resource. Okay. So now it's going to stop at that breakpoint, and we can see the object here represented outside.
Oh
of
yeah,
the
we
dictionary.
saw that
So you can
before.
just click on the object.
Oh,
and
by the
you
way, I
can
need to
see
update
what
my
type
page
it is
later.
here. Rock with a texture. So out of the box, looking at the dictionary might not be the most convenient way of seeing how many objects you have of which type. So what we could actually do is
Especially for the
create
player.
a game UI so that we could see how many of each resource we have picked up. So let's go ahead and exit out of the game now, and we will do that. So let's go up to scene.
I like
new
how he
scene,
actually clicked
and
all the
do
buttons
a
also,
user
like
interface.
me.
So we have the control node here. I'm going to change the type of it to something a little bit more useful. Let's right click and change type. So let's expand the control nodes, go into container, and find a container that would be useful for showing
I'm curious how you
a whole bunch
connect.
of icons with how much we have in the inventory. So I think we'd be looking for something
stuff.
like a grid container. We can try that.
Because this is
So
one
let's
of the
change it
also
to
like
a grid container.
nodes
For columns,
that
we can
I
just decide
kind
how
of
many items we
bug
want to
about.
go across before we jump
of
down
how
to
do
a
you
new row.
use the
So
UI and
I'll
stuff.
say
How
something
do you
like
connect
5
them?
for now is fine. We can rename this to be resource display.
There should be a controller
Okay,
that
and
kind
now
of
let's
passes
control
up.
S, save this in our project. So I'll create a folder for UI, and we can just call it resource-display.tscn. So in our resource display, we're going to want a little side-by-side with
Okay, let's have a resource display. Why not? So I have one. It's probably even in UI. Yes, upgrade menu, effects. Okay, I don't have one. At least not working one, I think. Build up. Wait. Really? Huh. Anyway, screw that. Where's this test scene? Test level. Show me you are. Oh, because it's not the actual. I forgot how it's called. It's just not. It's not a scene. It's a thing over on top of the level. So maybe I should fix that. User interface. Let's call it. How he called it? Resource display. Currency. Okay, currency display. I'm not sure how, like, plural or singular should be. Currencies display. It also doesn't sound right. So save. This time it has proper name. UI effects menus. Nah, just save it here. Okay, and let's add the script here. Create. Perfect. Before that, I will add some stuff.
The label showing a number, and then something like a sprite showing the texture of the resource so that we know how much of that resource we have. We could also add in the name of the resource, optional if we want that. So I'm going to right click here and do add child node, and let's go into control. So we'll need another subcontainer for that. Let's go to container, and then we can do box container and horizontal box container.
Yes,
so
okay,
this
that's
will
what I'm thinking of. So hbox, and he probably will have the I forgot how it's called, the resource and this label, the texture and this label.
And go horizontal, I believe. Let's try that. And then under this, we'll right click add a child node. So
Texture.
let's get a label for the
Okay,
number.
label, then texture.
And I'll right click on hbox container again. And let's see what we can use for showing an image. So under control, we have texture rect. I believe that's what we want. So let's create that. I'm going to reparent the texture rect to be above the label, so the image comes first. And then let's create a little sample here so that we can see how it will look in the actual thing. So let's go to art, gathers exterior, resources, and let's grab something like coin copper here. I'll drag that in. Okay, so we can see that this is stretching the icon in a way we don't want. Let's go to stretch mode, scale, and do keep aspect. Okay, that looks a little better. And
wait, keep aspect on texture rect. Okay, keep aspect. Scale, keep aspect. Okay.
Now let's go to the label and port 0 for the number. Let's rename the hbox container to be,
oh, that's a number.
Say,
so
resource
it's not
item display, I guess. Okay, and if we duplicate this a few times, then you'll see roughly how the UI would start to look. If we zoom out all the way, then we'd have this little UI in the top left-hand corner, and it would be going.
Let's then have it as a storage display. Storage display, and this one will be currency display, because for me that's the currency. Okay, save.
To the right. Now, of course, we can see that our icons are too small. I'm going to delete resource item display 2 and 3. Don't need those right now. So next, let's go to the texture rect, and let's fix the sizing of our little icon here. I'm going to go to expand mode, and let's try fit height proportional, or no, fit height. And then let's do fit width. We could try fit width proportional. Okay, that looks good. And then we have...
What? Oh. I have no idea what it does, but it looks better.
of the number over here. So we'll need to kind of make this bigger than it is right now. Okay, so we can check how big it's going to look in game now by running the current scene. Remember that in our window settings, the scale is increased by 4 times or so. So that's why it appears so big here compared to here. Now, we probably don't want
I kind of didn't figure out that you can run the
items
game
to show at the very
the
top
scene.
left corner. So maybe we can add a margin around our grid box. Let's go to the resource display. I'll right click, add a child node. Let's look for margin container. Okay, and then drag resource item display under the margin container. And in our margin container, let's go to, let's see, theme overrides constants, and let's set some margins here for all 4 directions. And let's try 10, 10, 10, 10. So with that, now our actual grid items are inside of this larger container. If we run the scene, it's going to, I mean, it's kind of big, but that'll be a lot better.
Word, what?
So now we're going to need a couple scripts, one for the resource item display, so that when we set a resource and a value here, that those will be updated to a lot better. It's going to, I mean, it's kind of,
Oh, control. Theme overrides. Can I? Okay, I cannot. I thought, you know, maybe like in Blender where you can select all and then change them all instantly. Oops. Yay. Anyway.
kind of big, but that'll be a lot better, at least. So now we're going to need a couple scripts, one for the resource item display, so that when we set a resource and a value here, that those will be updated to the texture and the number here. And then one for the resource display, where we'll have it listen to the player's inventory, and whenever the values change in the inventory about how many resources the character has, then we're going to update the display. So let's right click on resource item display and do a new script, so we can attach a script. And we'll save this under UI/resource item display.gd. Okay, let's save that.
I really hate how he named
So I'll
it.
get rid of this stuff down here. And what we're actually going to want here is going to be a class name. So we'll call it resource item display. Then down here we'll have our resource type, which we'll have to get the item type. So let's see, items, resources, we were calling it resource item. So if we do, resource item here, then that'll be good. By default, it's nothing. We'll also need a couple onReady vars. So onReady var of type text direct
So
equals
he's gonna connect all of it
and then we'll need the label
and then
on
have
ready
setters,
var
I guess.
label type label.
So when you set resource type, it
equals
will
$sign
update it.
label.
Also,
We could also
why
create
he
a
changed his
simple function
style?
down here, function update count, and this will take a count as an integer, and then we take the label.text and we set that equal to the count. We might need to make that a string, so let's do str of count. Not sure if that's actually required or not, but just in case. All right, so that'll update the label there. And now we need to create a script for the resource display. So let's attach a script to resource display. So the first thing we can have here is going to be a list of resource item displays. So that will be a array. So var resource item displays, or we could just call it displays actually, and that'll be of type resource item display equals an array of resource item display. So what we'll do with this is that whenever the player inventory adds a new type of resource, we'll create a new resource item display. So for that, we need the template, which is what we created already, and then we'll create a new copy of that under the margin container. So let's add an export var for item display template, which is going to be of type, no, not resource item display, actually, it's a packed scene because it's from the project.
By the way, he's what type it is? Yes, item list. When he changed it to the item list? It's 7:59.
So if point object box look of new scene, create a full display. Okay, and now let's Control S, save this in our project. So in our resource display, we're going to showing the texture of optional if we want that. So I'm going to right click here and do add child node container, and then we can do box container horizontal, I believe, a label for the number we can use for showing an image. So under control, we have to be above the label.
The music's weird for this.
And then let's create a little sample here so that we can see how it will look in the first. I'm going to
weird that the resource display is not like
rect. I believe that's what we want, so let's create that. I'm going to reparent the texture rect to be above the other's exterior container, if that's actually required. Said on
because here it's like full size already, which is weird. It should be maybe just like transparent, I don't know, for him. Anyway, I forgot when it was.
Display name, in process functions. So
it was 7:59.
The player inventory adds a new type of resource. We'll create a new resource item display. So for that, we need the template, which is what we created already. And then we'll create a new copy of that under the margin container. So let's add an export for item display template, which is
okay, so export var currency display. I'm gonna call it scene because it should be packed. Scene. In addition, on ready var, it must be where. So basically it's gonna be myself. Okay, let's have a list of those. Var currencies. How he named them? Resource item display. Okay, that's an array of resource item display. So resource item display. Okay, he created a script for the below one. Okay, let's do this. The currency display. Oh, okay, that's gonna load. Wait. It should be renamed. Show in file system. This one is storage display. And this one will have a script attached called currency display. Good. So on currency display, of course, has a texture. What
kind
have
of
you
full
created?
script here. So we'll also need a couple on redirect, and then we'll
Okay, so it doesn't know. Unready. Texture rect. Texture rectangle. You're gonna be. Where's this? Yes, here it is. Texture rect, of course. Next on ready var label of type label gonna be equals to label. Label, yes. Plus currency display. Extra option that I thought about, I can call everything as UI, like UI currency, or maybe UI currency. But display kind of is more meaningful in this way. It's still gonna be inside the UI folder, but I think that we don't have a namespaces, but still good enough. Okay.
need the label on ready var label type label equals $label.
Oh,
We
that's
could
his
also
mouth.
create a simple function down here, function update count, and this will take a count as a
Oh, resource type. Yes, I can store that. Var currency. Type currency. Yes.
an integer, and then we take the label.text
Where has
and we set
update
that
count?
equal to the count. We might need to make that a string, so let's do str of count. Not sure if that's actually required or not, but just in
It
case.
is.
All right,
It
so
was
that'll
at least
update
before.
the label there. And now we need display. So the
Okay, so we ignore that.
template, which is going to be of type, no, not resource item display, actually, it's a packed scene.
Okay, currency displays. So that's what it should be. Currency display scene. And here it's currency displays. And it can be array of current. Wait, currency. This, yeah, for some reason I couldn't type that. Do you initialize that? Yes, it does. So it's gonna be new. Okay.
Because
he
it's
does
from the
next?
project. Now we can click on resource item display, and we can set the item display template. So we have to save our resource item display to the project. So I'll right click here, save branch as scene under U.
Yes, that's what I thought. Save branch as scene. So I have this UI part, menus, effects. Wait, do you have the?
And we'll just save this here.
Okay,
Okay.
everything goes in the basic folder. So currency display. Why not? Oh wait, why override? Oh, because my current one is called like that. So can you be renamed to display then? Display. Storage. Yes. Updated. Is it updated? Yes. Now I can save you as a branch scene currency display in the UI folder. Yes. Good. Okay. Now here I can quick load currency display. Yes. And this one can be removed. Of course. Now let's see what he does.
Now we can remove the resource item display from our scene because we don't want it to be there by default. And instead on resource display, let's go to the UI folder and let's grab the resource item display and just drag that in there. So we have the template and we'll create an instance under the margin container whenever we have a new type of resource. We don't need ready and process functions, so let's get rid of that. We are going to need the margin container, so at onReady var, and maybe I'll call it something like display container inside of here, which is going to be of a type margin container, and we're going to look for a $sign. We'll rename it to be display container. So let's make sure that's the name of our margin container. So I'll rename it in the scene view to display container. So we want to connect our resource display to the player's inventory. So we can look through the game level scene if we wanted to, look through all the nodes and find a inventory node, which would mean a lot of redundant looking at other nodes in the scene that don't really have anything to do with our player. Or what we can do is give the player nodes a group, which is like a tag, and then we can search the nodes that have that tag player and only look at those nodes instead of looking at every node that's active in the scene.
What?
So to do that, we would go to the player node in the player scene in our project, go over to the node tab, and instead of signals, choose groups and give it the group player.
Okay, he uses groups.
So now we can search this node just by looking for the tag player.
This is not clean.
Let's
for
go to
me.
resource display inside of here. It will have a function underscore ready. And first let's find the player. So the player is going to be of type player
Luckily I can
controller,
just
but we
pass
haven't
it to
actually
him.
given the player script that
The spaceship
class
and
name.
spaceship
So
will
let's
have
give it
all of this,
class
so it's
name.
not that
Well, we could just
problem.
call it player actually. That's more consistent with the name of the script. So class name player. Now let's go over to resource display. So we're looking for a node that is of type player. And to find that, let's get the currently active tree. So that would be like the level or the main scene for the game.
Because in
and we're
future I
going
want to
to
have
look
multiplayer,
for
some
group.
sort of
So
multiplayer.
if we look at groups, we can do get nodes.
So maybe
in
two
group, or we
spaceships
could
on the
get
screen.
first node in group. So I'm writing this to be a single player game, and we would only expect it to be one player. So for that case, we'll just get the first node in the group. The group name is player. So we're going to get that player node there. So then we need to get access to the inventory, and we'll actually make that a member variable. So up here, var player inventory, which is going to be of type inventory. To find that player inventory, we need to search the player node. So player inventory is going to be equal to
So the UI
find
does
child,
that
and the pattern
automatically.
we're looking for is inventory.
And in my
as a
case,
class
I
name.
wanted to actually have
and
updates.
that
So
should be as
my
a
way
inventory.
is
This part's
better.
probably unnecessary, but it doesn't hurt. We're being very specific. We're looking for that inventory
To
script,
some
and we're setting it
extent.
up there. Okay, then what we need to do is connect to the player inventory signal. But currently, there's no signal for inventory. So let's go to the inventory script and create one. So in the inventory script, let's write a signal.
Okay, so let's watch it
Also,
fast.
to do changed, and
Inventory
that is going
resources.
to mean that we need the type and the new
Oh, yeah,
amount.
he has
so
signals.
Type resource item, and then the amount is new count, which is going to be of type integer. So after we add resources, we want to emit that signal. So we can come down here below the if else and write emit signal. So the signal we are emitting is of course resource count changed. And then we pass in the parameters. So the type
By the way, I
is
forgot
type,
how I decided
and
to
the
do
count is
to have
the
all the amount,
so
new
that would
amount,
be
or
resources type,
ch-
which is going
the
to give
changed
the value
like the amount
associated
that is
with the
being
key
changed
there. Now that
and
we have
the
the
new
signal
amount.
emitting, go back to resource display, and we can connect.
Well,
to that
let's have
signal.
new
So
amount and
player
then
inventory
of how it was
connect.
changed. Do I have it somewhere? Where was my? Was it in storage? Yeah, it was storage script. So yeah, I have old amount and new amount. I should have health. Okay, let's have script health. So I did something with that and I forgot what. So there's no up no down. Health component. So it has only health changed. Wait, but then how the health works? So that's new, and it's ref counted. Oh, because it was not health, it was I forgot, range something. No. I forgot. It was the script with limited maximum thing. Where it should be. It wasn't a drone, it was a drone. I was working with a drone and it has some basic core functionality. State machine scripts knows components. Build state, okay, those are states, I don't care about you. Hitbox component, health component. Okay, there was a buildable component. Wait, not beam component. Health component, hitbox component. That's some garbage. Oh, I didn't bring it up. It's not here yet. It's in the other project. It's not here. I think. And there's a wrench, of course. That represents a number which is in the range. It has texture progress bar. Yeah, so health is not here. Why I wanted to get this component here, I forgot. I wanted to copy something from it. What I wanted to copy, I do not remember. Okay, what if I open the health and check where it is? So show in system, and then there's this new button. Not new, I think, but I just didn't use it a lot. View owners. Okay, view dependencies. Will only take effect when reloaded. Okay. By what? Can you? Oh, edit dependencies. Okay. I don't need to edit dependencies. I want to see who depends on it. Okay, let's open it up. It's health. Whole word. Much case find. Okay, component info. Same health and abstract component. Okay, so those are old and those are not used. So goodbye. I will delete you later on. Okay, unbuildable component and collectible component goes away. Okay, let's open up my other script. I remembered what I wanted to see, so I need to see the signal field ordering, which is very, very interesting. Very. Okay, what the hell is this? I broke something. Not that I care, but weird. Okay, so progress bar. That's a progress bar. In it is built. Okay, those internal functions that are being checked. So I have this resource that's basically core module model, status build, whatever, progress value. So I'm calling this a progress value. how much and current value. So I'm not sure what's important, but I think current value is more important. It also may depend on the name of the signal. So here, value changed. So I don't care. Because I'm subscribed to changed signal. I'm probably care about how much, not the current value. But if it will be updated, I may care about the total value, not the how much. This is weird and hard. So how much I usually need just to display stuff. So if I need to show some animation, like, hey, I did 10 damage. I picked 2 items. It's gonna that hovering and then slightly disappear in the abyss. The damage numbers and stuff. So that's one thing, which I'm not sure that I fully like. And also the next current value. Current value seems more important because if I miss the how much for some reason, current value actually shows me the current display, and if I need to update the health amount, or I need to right now have a resources count, that's the first value, so I can ignore the last one. So basically probably the last one will be better. Also, can I have this core thingy show in file system? It's in core folder, yes. Core. I will drop it right here. Where's paste? Wait, I cannot paste. What? So I cannot copy from the other editor here. So I can only drag and drop. Interesting. I can do this. Create new script. Progress value. I don't care what is nesting. It's gonna be here like this. Perfect. Look how clean it looks. But I will actually change the ordering of those things. And where are the events being called? So current value and the value of how much. This is max value changed. Now this here goes. Everything goes. Boom, saved. And max value changed. So current value and how much. Good. I hope I changed everything. So the new rule that I'm gonna impose on myself, the kind of style code rule. So if I have any kind of event signals, I will be trying to show the current value and how much it was updated. If that's the thing. Because right now it's kind of important. So not all the amount. I only care about current amount. Changed by amount. So and here and currency I will emit. I need this thing. This is the current amount, and I just need the amount. And if for some reason I need to know how, like the previous amount, I can actually calculate it. Or okay, I cannot ask it. I can kind of calculate it, but if the calculation is like has formula, like if I get 1 I always get 2, so I don't know. I know that it updated by 2. I can't. Yeah, okay, I guess I can calculate whatever. I'm not gonna overthink it. So most important is the current value always, and the second one is like how much it changed. So that's how I'm gonna roll. What I wanted to do next. So let's go to my test level. Let's have this UI. I will actually. I don't know what to do with you. Yeah, and it should know only about spaceship. Let's instantiate my storage display. Boom. And go up top. Okay. Be on top. Save. Now next. Actually, let's see how it looks. It should work, kinda. Okay, I have the storage display on top over the stuff. Okay, if I create a new other node and let's have this item list. Okay, that's how it looks. Why it's layout changed? So default value was top left. Transform is 40 by 40. So if I add this add margin, whatever margin this box. Now let's add. Actually, I can instantiate the scene. It was called the currency display. It looks normal. Kinda. But they are in the same. No. Okay. It's not scaling. Okay, it can clip. Okay, I will rewatch whatever he did here. So it was 12 minutes.
So we're connecting to whatever we
so
need to
he connects to this resource
so
change.
so we have
let's
the
finish
type
this part, and then I will rewatch how he
and then we have the
instantiated
new
it.
count, which is an integer. And I guess this is going to be turned void, so we can specify that as well. Let's change this
new count
is, and then, well, we need to convert this integer into a string. So
by the way, I
string
can't. Yeah, it's better to call it new count. I kind of didn't think about it, so I closed it. Storage, new amount. How I item list. Oh, this one. No, I don't care about you. Um, yes. It started saving the actual scene.
count. So as long as this resource display is active in the scene, we should be able to get this callback to run. So let's go to the game level, and we can add it in here. Maybe later, we would have like a main scene load the level, and it would only have the resource display load once, not every time we load the level. But for right now, let's just for the sake of simplicity, we'll add the resource display straight to the game level. So let's right click in here and add a child node. So we want a canvas layer.
I actually
Usually
finished
you want
too.
this as the base for when you're adding UI controls to the scene. It'll keep the UI positioned in its place no matter where the camera is moving around in the scene. So if your UI is in the top left, it'll always stay in the top left no matter where the player and the camera goes. So canvas layer, and then let's add in our resource display. Just drag and drop an instance of the scene and then position it under canvas layer. Yep. And okay, and now that we have that active in the project, let's hit play.
Toxic.
And let's see if we can get that
you are too
callback
toxic.
to occur. Okay, so first off,
and you actually didn't allow me to watch what was here.
Display is an array of resource instance of the scene, and then position it under canvas.
Canvas layer, resource display.
Yep. And okay, and now that we have that active in the project, let's hit play. And
it has 0.0 version. Why it has the background?
So first off of equals. Okay, now let's pick up an item. So I'm going to come here. Okay, we have new count for rock is 1. So our UI is now responding to when we pick up items. So it knows what type and how many. So that's very good. That's what we need to start adding to the resource display UI.
What?
So we already have the display item template. First we want...
You are topic.
How many items...
I will search it on the other screen first. Tofiks mācās latviešu valodu. Wait. I need to send it. I need to get the link. Oops, sorry, it was too loud. Even for me. Да. Stop tapping so much in Russian. That's scary. Boom.
We want to go across before we jump down to a new... Okay, so now it's a little hard to tell exactly what this is,
yes.
Looking at the inspector view, but we can see that we picked up 2 of that item. So seeing the objects here is a lot easier when you would be looking at, let's say, the debugger view.
Easy.
So if we, let's say, look at the inventory script and...
Go watch some ads in 1
here
minute.
Where we're adding something to the inventory. Let's add the debugger point at that point, and let's go collect another resource. Okay. So now it's going to stop at the object, and yet the dictionary might not be what we could have each resource. We will go into container and find a container that would be useful for showing a whole bunch of icons with how much we have in the inventory. So I think we'd be looking for something like a...
Wait, it's grid container, not item one. So change type. Okay. Boom. Why are you saving it? Okay. Change type. The grid container. Perfect. Has been modified on disk. Storage display. It was weird. Okay, so this one will work and I like it. Don't save. Perfect. Save. Also, perfect. Script. Now I need those hooks, connections, and thingies that he will do probably somewhere here. Yep.
UI. So we already have the display item template. First, we want to check in our array if a template that supports the specific type already exists, and then add the new count into that.
Add
If
starting.
there isn't one for that type coming in, then we create a new instance of the resource item display and reset the type to the new type. So first, we'll find existing item display for type. If none exist, create
Where do you
a new
add
one.
actually?
Okay, so to
How
find
he
it, we
adds?
have to do a var. So var current display, which is a type resource item display. So then we need to loop through the array. So
Also,
for
do you actually need this margin container? I thought that you can actually have the margins here. Yeah, those two. Why? Maybe it's internal. What was the name? Currency something. Currency display. Yes. Okay, it's not. It is not. It's just not. But now it is. So I actually need this margin. Or if I go here and click this theme override and have this separation, vertical 1/10, it gives that. And okay, horizontal won't work, but vertical works. Why he created then this storage stuff? Wait, I don't need this. Yep. Layout to changes. Full rect, yes, that's by default because it was canvas, and the size is because it's full rect. Good.
display in displays, if the display dot, let's see, resource type, I think that's what we want. Did I really make that a capital though? So let's go back and check.
Does it
that
need to be
script.
an array?
Resource item display. Let's open the scene. Let's look at the script. Yeah, I did actually. So
Why is
let's
array
make
here,
that
not the
resource underscore type. be more specific.
Okay, let's
um,
repeat
you
how
know,
he does
the
that.
standard
But
naming conventions. And let's go back here and do
yeah,
display
naming
dot
conventions.
resource type is equal to type. So if that's the case,
That's
then
what I
we've
said at
already
the start.
found the current display. So
Good,
current
fix that.
display equals this
Please,
display.
please move the
and we
mouse
can
away.
So
No, yeah,
once we
thank
find
you.
the correct display, we no longer need to continue through the for loop. So then we're going to check if the current display was never found. So if current display is null, then we're going to create a new display. So we want to instantiate under the display container a new instance of this item display. So we're going to take, let's see, item display template so far, new
Equals
new
type.
display equals item display template dot instantiate. Okay, and then we need to set the parent to the display container. So display container dot add child new display. Okay, and
Okay, this
yeah,
is
I think the display
hella
container will
weird
take care of
algorithm.
positioning it. So
so he
need
searches
to
array for
set the
this
new values
specific
into that.
resource. So it's
Okay, so
basically
the new
he
values
does like
it's
manual
going to be we set
mapper.
the resource type. So let's actually specify this as a resource item display so that we can see what member variables it has, and then we're going to instantiate.
Okay, if there's
as
none,
a
he
resource item
instantiates.
display. Okay, and now we can do new display dot resource type equals type, and then we'll say new display dot. I think I had a function update count. Yep, update count, and we're going to pass in the new count. Okay, great.
But you're adding
just
new
need to do
display
the
to
same
the
thing
display
up here
container,
if we have a
not to
current
the.
display. So we'll do current display dot update count new count. So here we create a new display and we set the resource type and update the count. And then here we find the display based on the resource type, and then we just update the count. Okay, so here we can say find existing display and update the count if one is found. Okay, so hopefully that's not too complicated there. Let's hit play and test it out.
You cannot
So we're
break,
gonna
you can
go
return
gather a
basically.
resource, and then
There's no
boom,
need to
and
break.
then, okay, we have our display added to the top left-hand corner. The
You
only
won't
thing
get the
that's a little
second
weird
one.
Here is that the margin did not seem to work, and I think I may have seen why that could be. So if we look at the game level and we look at our resource display, we'll see that the margin is actually going outside the bounds of our screen by the looks of it. So let's jump into here, take a look at the resource display. We got theme overrides, we got the display container. Could it be that this should be negative? No, that's not right. Okay, I guess we can hit play and we'll take a look at the remote views up here in the game level. So we take a look at the resource display, but we got to look at remote. So let's see, canvas layer, remote display, display container, and we have our resource item displays under here. Okay, that's kind of interesting though. We have two set here. All right, so that's definitely a bug. We get a new one added every single time.
Because it searches.
Okay, I think I forgot to
For
add
them
it to
to
the
be
array.
equal.
So let's do that part first. So
Yeah,
when
okay,
we
array.
create a new display, we need to add it to the existing displays array. So displays
Okay, this is convoluted and this is not necessary.
append, and we're going to append the new display.
I'm glad that I found
way,
something that
when
I
we search through
do
the array, the new display will
maybe
show up, so it should only
better.
appear
I don't
once.
know.
Let's hit play. Let's gather our stuff. Yeah, now that's working. Okay, so to fix the positioning on the resource display, let's go to resource display here and try making the anchors preset full rect. Okay, so that should make it the full UI view of whatever we attach it to. So if you go to game layer, okay, that's actually kind of like what we just had. Let's see, let's check the layout. Transform. Oh, position -10, -10. Okay, that might be our problem here. So I'm going to reset that. Okay, now the position is correctly in the top left. So let's hit play and we'll see if it actually positions things correctly. Okay, good. It is. That's nice. So now to demo that this will work with other types of resources, let's just create a wood resource and put one randomly on the map for us to pick up.
Yeah, do that,
So
please.
under items resources, let's create a new resource. So we're looking for item resource item. This will be resource wood.trs. So we just need a name and a texture. So this is going to be, and then the texture, let's go up to resources and we'll do wood brown. So maybe we rename this to be brown wood. You could call it whatever you want, really. Okay, and now we need a pickup object.
Thank you. He allowed me to
associated with
call.
that. So I'm
to
going
call
to
it
duplicate
whatever I
this
want.
pickup rock as pickup brown wood. Let's double click into here. Let's change the resource type here to resource wood. And by the way, if you don't like how it shows the file name, like here in resource rock, you can set a name here, rock. You could go into resource wood and you could set ground wood here as well. So then when we look at our scene and it references it in the inspector, you'll see it
I
referenced
didn't
by
know
name
that.
here instead. So you can hover over it and see it's resource wood.trs.
But I like the file
Let's rename
names.
the pickup to
They
be
actually
pickup
show
wood, and then we need
if
to
you
change the
screwed up
texture
the
to
naming
be
and
our
stuff.
wood texture. So just
But yeah, this
put
is
that
cool.
there, and let's change the size of our collision to actually match our wood. So something like that is pretty good. Now let's put a couple inside of the scene. So first I'm gonna first let's close a few of these tabs. Okay,
Yeah.
and now let's
Thank
go to
you.
the game level and let's drop some of these pickups in. So pick up brown word, pick up brown word, pick up brown word. So now we have some extra pickups in the scene. Let's hit play. Now notice, because we didn't run the launch method on these pickups, that they just exist in the scene. They're not moving or anything. So let's go get this one. Okay, and I guess I didn't set a texture there. So I guess we still haven't set the texture here, but we should be able to get 2 to appear. So let's get 2, and we did get a second to appear in our grid, but it's not showing quite properly. But you can see how the first one had a 1 and now a 2, and the second one had 5. So at
Yes.
least it knows that the types are
That's
separate.
my question.
Let's work on setting the texture.
Also,
So in,
wood was still.
resource item display.
Oh, no, it
Let's
wasn't.
jump into the script. We can just have a setter that whenever we set this resource type, we're also going to change the texture rect texture. So let's make a setter function here. So set new type, and that's going to mean resource type is equal to the new type, of course. But we also want to update the texture rect dot texture is going to be equal to resource type dot
Yeah,
text.
that's the thing that I thought that he would do, because I mean it makes sense, of course. Click open scene. Yes, I need this. So currency set. Actually, not sure how it should be. So set value, and then when it's being set, then texture rect dot texture should be equals as value dot texture. And of course the currency is equals value. Even like this.
Texture. Okay, now if we hit play, it should correctly display which item is which up here.
Okay,
Okay,
and the second
and then
one
we'll
will
get the
be
rock,
in the same.
and
Yes.
well, the rock's pretty big over there, but yeah, it's definitely showing the right texture at least. Now we just need to get the grid layout to work. So let's take a look at our resource display scene in 2D view, kind of zoom in here, and let's try dropping 2 items under display container. So resource item display and resource item display. Okay, so we can see they stack on top of each other here. Really, I guess what we need to do is
To remove the
that
display container.
The resource display should be under the margin container. So let's make it so that the display container is actually the root scene. So right click, make scene root, and let's bring these 2 under the resources display. Okay, so that lays things out correctly. Now we can rename this to be grid, and we'll rename this to be resources display, or resource display actually. And then we're going to attach our resource display script to this
Okay.
node. We're going to remove it from the grid node. So let's remove it there. And then we just need to make it in the script so that we're taking this grid instead of the display container as a margin.
Okay, so that's the question that I had, and he actually fixed it. So I was right from the first time. You know what? I actually don't need margin container, because I'm like that, a rebel. No margin container for me. Also, he has them in line, and I have them vertically. Maybe let's not think about it. So I will have count, maybe amount. That's gonna be integer, and set value will amount equals value, and label dot text is equals string of amount, and yeah, that's how I want it to be. So here, storage display. Let's have this function on storage. What was called? Updated. And then there was a currency of type currency. New count is integer, and it was how much. I call that change it by amount. Also integer. So it's void. Okay, save. Do nothing. I can do it on radio, of course, but I don't wanna right now. So let's have it on, not on radio, so let's have export var, and it's not gonna be private, or maybe, okay, let's make it private. It's gonna be storage, and it's gonna be storage. So but what is storage? Oh, it's ref counted. You know what? You are a resource. At least right now, so okay. So that's how it's gonna get its inventory. Like it's basically global storage. So there should be two functions. Function set storage and storage of type storage void if I actually not sure if I should forget the old one or not. If storage, then storage dot updated dot disconnect and disconnect this one, and then storage equals storage and storage dot updated dot connect this thing here. I'm not sure if I need to do this one. So now currency display. So I will also need the method that will go through all the storage and load whatever was saying there when I'll have the savings part. So right now I just need to update it. So there are a list of currency displays. So for currency display in currency displays, if currency display dot currency I can also have it as a dictionary, but arrays may be better. There's also packed array. I keep forgetting what was the other way. Okay, the difference between packed arrays and typed arrays are okay. Packed arrays are generally faster to iterate on and modify compared to typed arrays of the same name. Packed arrays versus also packed arrays consume less memory. Oh, there's array map, by the way. So there is packed array. Okay, if I go and try to get actually packed array. Okay, well, let's have this function finished and then do whatever I wanted to do. So currency display. That's a currency display. The one that I found equals to currency that I'm being passed in. Then wait, equals is the same basically. Good. Okay, currency display equals currency. Yes. If it does equal, then it should be what? Then I need to update the count. So currency display dot amount equals new count. Good. Var found of type bool equals false. Actually, I do not need it. And I return. I don't need to modify anything else. So else, if I get here, that means that I didn't found anything. So I need to create new stuff. So var currency display of type currency display equals currency display scene dot instantiate as currency display. So it will fail if it's not. Now currency display dot amount equals new count, and currency display dot currency equals currency, and add child. Maybe even let's have it called it moves export var parent of type node function ready. If not parent, then parent equals self. And here I will call parent add child currency display. Good. And so this storage display. Actually, I don't need you, and also I don't need the currency display. Test level, I need you because here I need to click on you and I need to add this storage. Okay. I cannot add it here right now. Maybe I can do like this. But here I will have storage test node, and it will be. I actually don't care. It's gonna be node 2D maybe. Yes, node 2D, and on set value if value is of okay, I actually don't know. Okay, if storage test node, then what? It has a storage. It doesn't not have this get storage thing. I know that it's getting updated, so technically I can get. I don't want to have a test code anywhere left, so it would be nice to have a test code somewhere, or like test actual node. So let's maybe drop a test node. So let's have a node. Boom. Not here, just generally node, and it's gonna test combiner connector test. Okay, I'm gonna call you test node. I will add another node called combiners. Remember attachers. Let's have new node. Storage. Node to resource. To UI. And add a script. It's gonna be built-in script. Good. So here I need export var storage node of type node 2D, and here also will be export var UI storage. That's gonna be, what was the name? Storage. No, it was storage display. Oh, it without a name. So some control element. And then function ready. Pass. Good. So assign. Oh wait, it should be storage, and here I assigned some control that should be storage display. Good. Save. Now I can go to my storage display and I can remove this because I don't need this test node. Here, if UI storage dot has method set storage, then dot set storage, it's gonna be storage var storage of type storage. Okay, if I need to figure out if this one has a storage dot has function get storage storage return storage. Okay, so here I go inside if has method get storage, then storage equals storage node get storage. Okay, maybe like this. Good. So technically it will have storage, even it may work, okay, or not. Label dot text with value type of string is based on nil. Okay, so label does not exist. Why? Why? Currency display. It's called label. Here it is. How it can be 0, by the way. Okay, it is here. It cannot be 0. Why it's 0? Amount equals value that's being set, and okay, I don't get it. Send the property key text with value of type string on base project nil. So it doesn't have label here. It's null. Why it's null? Where I am actually. Oh wait. Because it was not added yet. That's the problem. It has not been created yet. It will get it only when it's ready. So Um, yeah, I need to go to the where was it? Not storage. Progress value, I don't care. Test level. I don't need you. This one I also don't care right now. UI I don't care. Storage display, yes. So I need to add the child instantly and then I can do whatever I want. Because it will, the Reggie will be called. Yay! What? Okay. Why it created them so... So it didn't... Okay, because I did not add it to the array. So currency displays dot add, maybe append currency display. Now it should work. Yay, it works, and even with display and stuff. Good. Let's explode them. Woo. It looks kind of fun. 633 base metal. Perfect. I like that I can click them. Yeah, I need probably... I don't know, the basic laser maybe, or the drone. I thought that it will have a drone that would allow me to click on the asteroids. Maybe it's actually better to have a drone that would chase it, but then it would destroy me. Also, why it's not so rad? Test level. Why the color is so weird? Okay, it's actually red. It's just the area on this is on top of it. Is debug. Actual debug stuff. Okay. I don't need this basic storage UI for now.
Container, and we're going to add it to the grid. So grid is going to be a grid. Make it grid. Okay.
Okay, so replace them.
Let's
yes.
select our resource, which is margin sheet on null value. Oh, right. Because we changed where the script is, we need to set this up again.
Yes.
So in 2D view, also remove the test resource item displays. Okay, now finally we can go to play mode. We can pick up our items. So there's our first, and there's our second. Okay, cool. So we're collecting different types of resources here. They're kind of big on the screen, but you can see how we can easily keep track of what resources we have. Now in your actual game, maybe put this in an inventory or something so you couldn't always see it, or we just shrink it down to the top left of the corner. I don't know if you want this to be more like an RTS or more like an RPG, but let's actually try to make that a lot smaller. Okay, so first off, the resource display, let's take the margin and make that 5. Since it's being amplified by 4 scale, it's really like 20 pixels when it's 5. And then let's make it so that each item is smaller. I'll add a couple test items back in here so that we can see what their size is. And then we're going to work on resizing those to be smaller. But let's start with the resource display size, and I'll make that, let's say, 26. So I want to take our resource item displays for the texture rect. I'm going to shrink that back down to keep size. So we'll just show the actual size of the sprite. And then we're going to need these labels to be much smaller as well. So on font size for theme overrides, I might take that, override it to something like 8. Okay, so I'm not really sure why the text down here kind of floats into the middle with this HBox container. I'm actually going to try changing the resource item display to a different type. Let's try changing it to a
For me, it works
flow
fine.
container. Let's see, a horizontal flow container. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so that makes the text come up here, and I kind of want to shrink that if I can.
I think it's because the anchor is
resize this.
preset of the
Yep.
texture rect and other stuff is the same.
We can try something like that. Now let's go into the script and just make sure. Next, we'd like our texture to be centered with the text as well.
Yeah.
Centered vertically, that is. So let's see if we can get that in layout. So if we do stretch mode, maybe we can do keep aspect centered. Okay, that actually seems like it's good. Keep centered or keep aspect centered. Let's try that. Keep aspect centered. Let's hit play. Okay, we see our items up there. We got our new resource we added in, and we can collect those resources. So that's looking pretty good. Not perfect, but it definitely works for right now. Okay, now we can go to resource display. Let's get rid of these default dummies and save the scene. Okay, so now let's go hit play one more time, collect the resources. And we can see that now that we have this display in the top left-hand corner, it's pretty obvious how much of each resource we have.
How
as
to
we pick
pause
them up.
games.
So
Grid builder.
it would be a pretty useful indicator. You
Okay,
can
next
also
will
move
be
this same
tile
thing into a
maps, how
pop-up
to add
window, like an
collision,
inventory,
water and
where you
layers.
press a
That's about
key
tile
like
maps.
I or something,
Oops, I didn't want to click that.
if you'd rather it.
Okay, tile maps, how to add collision layers, making tree and second harvestable. Resource node in the resource. Okay, that's harvestables. Making tree and second harvestable. Okay, making hotbar. For switching, harvest resources onto swing, that's I know. You'll have this method on the animation. Crash course, how to make a resource gathering game in. Okay, that's kind of one all-in-one. Final project demo, resource gathering RPG. Making desert and darkland environment. Animated tiles. Okay. Particle explosion effect. Okay, that's... So this is it by this tutorial. So what I have right now. I have this gatherer and it collects all the resources when they get there. Knowing how the resources actually fly right now, maybe I should not have a draw. Maybe I should have at start the actual laser that I could control. and then the drone kind of hates the stuff. It makes more sense. Maybe core can have both. It can have a laser and it can have a drone flying off. By the way, I have another task in mind. I need to figure out some stuff about API and WhatsApp. That application to read files that are incoming. That's a task that I was being asked to do, so I will maybe force that after a moment. Right now I need to have a pause. I keep forgetting about it, but I actually need to get a snack or I will faint. Probably. It's actually annoying because I forgot to eat properly. Yay. Okay, let's have the second asteroid actually clickable and gatherable. Right now, my current one asteroid is basic metal. And I have this method on click on over it. Also show me where you are. Actors. It's called actors. I don't know why it's called actor. So there's asteroid. So I will duplicate you and I will call you basic metal asteroid. Duplicate. And then I will duplicate the basic metal one to the noble metal asteroid. Duplicate. Good. Now let's go to the spawner on the test level, where it was. Kill zone collectibles, enemy spawner 1. Why you don't show me the name? Okay, so wait, that's a metal resource. Stop that. And here, why it shows like this? Collectible scene. Wait, what? It's an asteroid, right? And the test level, enemy spawner. Asteroid, okay. So you are gonna spawn quick load basic metal, and you is running in the editor. I'm not sure why it's running in the editor. But you are going to spawn. Noble metal asteroid, yes. And the noble metal asteroid. That's a metal resource. Okay, let's have currencies, metal resource. Okay, that's a metal resource. Let's duplicate you. You're gonna be base metal, not basic. Duplicate. Why is it called resource? I don't know. I'm gonna rename that noble metal resource. Duplicate. Oh, it already exists. So goodbye. Noble asteroid. Remove. Screw that. Screw that asteroid. So it's not basic. It's base metal asteroid. So you will have base metal asteroid. Good. Now noble metal asteroid, you will have quick load. No, not noble. Noble. No, I don't have it yet. Noble metal resource. Okay. You will have quick load. Oh, I don't have this currency yet, so create new resource. I forgot how it's called. Currency. Currency. Noble metal. Save. Okay, so noble metal resource will have. Wait, it's gonna be noble metal. Texture, quick load. Let's have it as a noble. Boom. And then the amount is. I don't know why I need that, and it's gonna be base metals, noble metals. Good. Noble metal resource. Currency, quick load, noble metal. I don't know why it didn't show me the base metal. Because it's for the same. The test level. Oh, they will be there by default. Okay. Let's remove that. And let's call you base metal resource. Yes. Now when I spawn, everything should work. Okay, something did not. Mm-hmm. Currency base metal. Okay. Wait, that's a pickup. Pickup needs to have a currency. And when it dies, what it does, it doesn't show me. Okay, that because that's a metal. Okay, now let's go to asteroids. Base metal asteroid. You have collectible scene, quick load, base metal resource. Good. Safe. And the noble asteroid has noble asteroid. It has noble metal resource. Yes. Okay, why some of them are actually exploding on nil? Because it has null. Why? Let's close everything. Test level. Enemy spawner. Good. You have this scene here, so should there be a parent? Okay, it will know the parent. Good. Now the second enemy spawner. It's a noble one. And it has all the same stuff, so it should work. Wait, now let's go to noble metal resource. It has the link. Good. Okay. I don't care about collectible component. Yeah, it just needs a... yeah, whatever. That's about nobles. Some Sims music. Okay, that's newly created stuff, and it worked, and this worked, and why this one did not? One more time. The stupid part that I don't know what it has inside. Where am I? Like, okay, this is good, but what scene failed? Inlet assignment of property key position with value vector 2 on base object of type nil. So this entity is not instantiated, so collectible scene is not instantiated, but it is. It is here. How it was not instantiated? Like, this is impossible. Or maybe it was not a pickup. Okay, this is weird and also impossible. Okay, some of them should be yellow, by the way. There's no yellow thingies. So let's go to noble metal resource here. Oh, minimal resource arm. Wait, that's a resource. I need asteroid. Noble asteroid. Can this one be brown? Okay, let's make it orange. So. Ad starting soon. I forgot. Let's have them for 3 minutes. If it's possible. I think I found a bug in Twitch, which is funny. Anyway, I'll be right back. I need a drink and a snack. Tomatoes. Boom, missed me. Okay, I finished my snack. But I found out that the noble metal here, for some reason, is not so noble. Which is super awkward and weird. Because I think I copied it. Yeah, and there's the problem. So this base metal also... Wait, how it's possible? Huh? Okay, let's close this one. Okay, it was removed, so close. Now I'm opening the base metal. I go metal resource. Oh, open. So this is pickup script. Yes. Now I click on the base metal, duplicate, and I call. Oops. I have no idea how this happened. This is actually funny that I can copy and drag and drop it. So duplicate, and I will name you Noble. Duplicate. I double click that. Open the resource. Okay, so now it's the same one. Good. So now you're gonna be something else. Also, I hate that it's blind. So when you actually select that and click quick load, it shows nothing, and I have no idea why something shows something, sometimes it does not. It's actually annoying. And because the game was running, I don't know. Okay, this one will fail right now because... Or it won't. Wait, because it's a copy. Okay, Noble Asteroid. You should have a scene called Noble Metal Resource. Yes. Okay, why it spawns the same stuff. That's how this resource looks. Noble Metal Resource has this currency. Okay, that's why. Yay! And I have another resource. That's nice. I like the amount. So it's kind of close to what I wanted. Yay! I don't know, but this is enjoyable. Somewhat. Okay, what's next I should do? Yeah, I should actually invent what's gonna be the start of the game. How it's gonna be. And I really don't know. Maybe the actual drone flying around would be interesting enough. I know that I want to have a core module of the spaceship that will do some stuff. Maybe there will be... Actually, I can have different spaceships that would have default starter packs. Maybe one will have this drone, second will have a laser and stuff like that. So you could decide how you want to start the game. Because right now it feels more enjoyable to click on the asteroids so that the laser actually shoots them and you randomly get some amount of resources. If possible, at least. Because this amount of resources, having a drone that would... Maybe I can disable gravity and see how it goes then. Because right now, all the resources fall, kinda, so I cannot pick them all up. Which is not that fun. So I, in general, could... I don't know. No, actually, let's try to collect some resources here, some asteroids here, and explode them all at once. Oh, I can't close this. Woo! Look at that. And I don't see the amount because there is the thing. They all fall down. So, hey Tassido, how is going? I finished the tutorial, finally. Also, yesterday I was not streaming, so... But I managed to get new passport, new documents, and I had my own e-signature right now, so I managed to enable that one. So yeah, the progress in real life and the progress in the game. So now I'm back, almost back where I started. I have this collectible stuff with exploding asteroids and thingies. It feels like I had it before. And I don't know what to do next because it's really enjoyable to click. So I click and I get resources and they are being collected randomly. So this is perfect. And I need to have a way to actually close that menu. But yeah, anyway, I have the resources so they can be collected. What I want to have definitely, the spaceship should have a core, and if it destroyed, the spaceship is lost. So you fly and you can fully lose your spaceship when the core is destroyed. So the core by default should have at least something that would allow you to collect the resources. So if you lose everything, you still have a core with a drone, I don't know, flying, or maybe with a turret. If it has a turret, you can shoot anything. Maybe it's better because, okay, but how I would explain that I can build stuff? If I have only a core that can shoot, I cannot build. And that's the problem. If I would have a drone flying out, then I can technically build. But I'm not sure that I want to have a laser and a drone simultaneously. So having a drone with this amount of asteroid is a bit dumb. So I will put the drone to attack all the asteroids and it will hit. So this extension is called Hit. I actually recommend to everyone it. I went to all the streamers that I know and I told them about it, so they could use it. It's free, kinda, for now, because the guy who created it was kinda Twitch. I forgot. It was kinda like the collaboration or something, or maybe it was the... I don't know. I forgot the event that it was created on. So generally, I have OBS scene, and there's a page. Can I actually show that? Let me try. So, let's go to Twitch. Let's go to my channel, and I will show you that.
It begins again. Let's see. I need to make sure that boy is fed.
That's my channel. That's my channel. That's my channel. I will try to mute myself like this. Okay, so, and of course I need to show you. So this here There's the Twitch stuff, heat. So add to my channel, build extension. If I click this, will it drop? Okay, it shows here. This page, perfect. So there are the links. I will show you privacy policy and user agreement. I actually need to read it because it wasn't there before. So it's necessary. But when you click that, you get to this page. Kinda. Let's go to home. So, and there are like things happening. So what I do, I just have this page. Wait, where it is? Let's have this baby. So I have this page as my background. It's a OBS kind of scene that shows the page, but just the background is transparent. It does it automatically, by the way. And you have this channel ID, basically. So if I click, this does the stuff. If you click on the screen, you probably won't do anything. Yeah, it does nothing. Because the channel ID is not my. I don't know. I'm not sure which one it is. So, and I do not know how to get my channel ID. Oh, this one. So now if I go here and update this one, technically, yeah, clicking on my actual overlay right now, it moves this one. It moves the overlay, which the mate is flying, and also moves this one. How it works internally, where's F12? Okay, F12 opened on the wrong screen. Yeah, as you can see, I didn't click that, by the way. So yeah, there's the network, and I can try and refresh. This is the socket, and it just receives. So when the page opens, it connects to the server by socket, and the server sends it the messages. So right now it's connected, but if I click, it sends the message like this. So the coordinates from 0 to 1 where it was clicked, and the ID of the user. So technically I know who clicked, right? This is me on this browser, by the way. I don't know if I click here. Okay, here doesn't work because I'm clicking on the screen. So this is probably you. I don't know. I hope those IDs are actually kind of user IDs that can be connected. So yeah, I can know, technically having a chat or something, that okay, if you are a VIP or something, then you are allowed to do this function, and then you will have like some explosion or maybe something else. So yeah, and OBS when it starts, it basically connects to the stream, and the heat when it starts on my channel, it's basically sends the coordinates back. So yeah, there's a proxy server in between. I can connect to this URL. So as you can see, this is just simple PSDL WSS heat API /channel/ my ID. Oh, because you're not logged in. I'm actually curious if I click on this browser, it opens like this. If I click, this is A5 HBP. Yes, and if I click here, I like that this is my ID. Wait, I clicked twice. Why I have only one? Yes. Interesting. So when it's a user, it has some hash, but me clicking it has actually my ID. So I'm not sure how if I can relay this user to the actual user in chat. I think I can. Maybe it's a basic hash. Would be nice. If I cannot, then I will write my own extension like this in the future, because it actually allows like a lot of opportunities for people. So if you, for example, would redeem a gift or like this by channel points, dynabits points, whatever I call them. You could do like all sort of fancy stuff. For example, Satellix that I raided recently, he has that Unity overlay where this Windows icons drop down, and you can actually click those buttons. And there's like even the event for that when all the windows will pop up instantly, and then all the users can click them off. But you need to time it because there is a delay, of course. Many streamers has that kind of cannon shooting the cannonballs on the screen somehow on the streamer, so you can actually maybe aim them. So you redeem the stuff, and then you have amount of time that you can shoot. It's actually funny how I actually thought about a lot of stuff like this before when I was trying to make them using tanks and this phaser.js, and I couldn't figure out some of the steps up. Like, there are all the steps right now to do whatever I like. Actually, I like this solution. By the way, because this is a WebSocket, sometimes, for example, right here, when I'm switching the scene on my stream, it can break. So right now there are two of them. Wait, I'm not clicking. Okay, now they both move. So one is overlay, second is the actual screen. So I have two of them open in the same time, and they switch. I also told about the Mixed Pixie, so she's using it right now too. Oh, wait, let's see if it will explode or not. There should be a lot of the asteroids here. Woo! Nice. Okay, it was at least 200 resources spawned in. It had a little FPS drop when it spawned. Oh yeah, it had FPS drop because it spawned them in one frame. That was the problem. So yeah, about the game, what should I do? So I want to have that core part if it has a drone inside. So it would allow me to build stuff, but I cannot collect the asteroid. I mean, I kind of can. So I click on the asteroid, the drone flies towards it, starts shooting, and then the resources are flying like random directions. One of the ideas was that I could collect the resource by the... No problem. Go recommend it to someone else. But I need actually to read this terms of service. Just in case if I'm, Because probably the guy pays for the server that actually sends this WSS WebSocket secured stuff to me, so I need to check that. But the tool is super great. Okay, anyway, so this core stuff, first of all, it should be able to collect, of course, resources. So it's basic storage, it has storage component instantly. Next, if it has drone, and drone, for example, attacks the asteroid, it hits it. Asteroid is kind of... Every time when it hits by 1 HP, it actually drops the resource, for example. Okay, because the drone will be weak. and this resource chunk actually flies off. How can I? Idea was that I need to click on this chunk so that the drone would pick it up and then it would return back. Maybe it should have a magnet or something, you know, like it shoots the asteroid and some of the resources will be picked up by him. Idea was that the drones would be able to bring the resources back. But I'm not sure how to realize that. In this dynamic game, maybe it's just actually a stupid idea. Maybe drones should not bring stuff back. Or maybe drones will have a backpack. Also their own storage, so they would collect some amount of resources and then go back. And that's actually a great additional thing for the game, that the drone can be upgraded like themselves. So the drone will have a capacity in the inventory. Yeah, but drone is necessary. Drone needs to build stuff. So I cannot go away from the drone. Damn it, I clicked. Yeah, I need to think about it. So okay, I kind of like the idea about the drones having the actual backpack. So they would collect the asteroid resources. So if I stay and I shoot the asteroid, then I should have more chances that the element will fly towards me. So the drone will be able to collect. Now the question, so how to upgrade its brains so it would fly manually. Also, right now I'm collecting pickable objects, so yeah, it's called pickable. The resource is called pickable, and it has its own kind of radius around it. But I like the idea about collectible components, so I can actually interact with the collectible component. Oh, I like that. There were like 4,000 something elements already. Root. Wait, where it spawns them in? I know that it should spawn them in... Huh? Wait, this is weird. Those all rigid bodies should be inside. Maybe they're inside the spaceship. No. Okay, this is some sort of weird bug. Because there are a lot of them. Oh wait, there are none of them because I did not actually create any of them. Now there's a lot of them. And they all got destroyed. So good. It's kind of self-cleaning stuff. Okay, so I need a drone that would fly around on my clicks and do stuff. Yeah, and about the pickable thing, so maybe having that collectible component is good idea. Because first of all, it can have an actor. It's called collectible, but maybe I can call it pickable component. So yeah, the metal resource right now has some weird behaviors, like now how it starts and stuff, and the currency that it is. Which is okay-ish, I guess. Perfect. But it's a good cycle. Like I think waking up earlier is better than going up late. Good night and thanks for stepping by. I also gonna finish the stream soon. Or like actually close enough. I need to think what I will do tomorrow and that's it. Because stream today started earlier. Way earlier, which is perfect. I need to start more earlier. But in parallel, I also need to figure out how to do this WhatsApp thing that needs to be done. Should I have this as a collectible or not? Definitely. Because one day spaceships will change to the actual asteroids, I hope. But I need to figure out the main elements of the game at least and fix them back. So that's the thing. And I'm only breaking them every day. At least right now I went somewhere back, which something works. So now I need to have the basic start and bring back the weapons. But I like how the resources and like those currencies that I'm calling them work. That's a great thing. Yeah. Currencies are now better, like way better. I'm maybe not sure that I like those things here. One thing that I don't like, that I have two identical scenes that only difference between them is those values. So, and that's what actually triggers me a bit, because they also can be a resource on themselves, but I cannot put them on the scene. So I need one scene here that would accept any resource inside, any currency inside, and will like dynamically change based on the values in the actual resource, in the actual kind of currency. But it's not the thing, because it will be different. It will have different exports. Maybe I can have a different approach. No, I cannot. Wait, can I? Where's the snowball resource, for example? If I click U and click... Oh, that's a currency. I need asteroid. Okay, if I click asteroid... Bundled. There's a version, what? I don't know what the version is. Okay, interesting. I just like curious, can I have more values here? So I could have a list of possible scenes somewhere in the game manager. Because this is a way of like having for each node every resource, like for each argument have a scene, but instantiating them every time is a bit annoying. I need to have a scene at least to put them on the screen if I'm building manually a scene, so that's correct way. And then the spawner can spawn them. Yeah, I really need to think about it. It's like 17 minutes left. But it works. And there is something about clicking those asteroids. Okay, of course right now I cannot control where I'm flying, because I will be flying one direction, so... One additional thing would be to have... How to call it? Okay, those energy and like kind of boosters I don't care about. They will come next someday. Okay, 2 points. The core thing with a drone and collectibles, like collectible components. So right now those resources are pickables, which I'm not sure that I like. I actually not sure that I like that they are in the currencies folder. And here I am thinking about going back maybe to having resources in the separate folder. But no, okay, I have a currency, I have the resource for this currency, and I have the basic representation of this currency. Actually, I can stop the game and I can just have a folder. Base metals. Good. Now I can have a folder called Noble Metal. Okay. So this will also work. One idea was to actually have this kind of collectible thing. So it would have, when I'm collecting stuff, I would not care what I'm collecting. I just check if it of the type collectible or not. Right now I'm checking for the pickup. I cannot collect anything else. So it's simple, and yeah, I don't care. And maybe let's not think about it. I will keep it without components right now. So then tomorrow I need to start creating my own simple core back, like here. Also, I have no idea what did. Oh, that was something about what I click. Anyway, I will be copying tomorrow my health components and other stuff from the other project that I created, because that's how it looks. And it worked before, so it's fine. I figure out the way. Okay, anyway, I gonna finish here, like it's like 12 minutes left. I'm not gonna keep anyone waiting. By the way, ads, yeah, that trick with ads worked. It showed ads for 1 minute 30, I think, but it was thinking that it showed ads for 3 minutes. So it showed less ads, thinking that it showed it for a longer time. That's a bug. Not that it's like often happening, but it can be used on purpose or not, I don't know. Depends. Maybe it just showed the same values for me, not for you. Anyway, thank you all. I'm gonna finish it here. Tomorrow I will be working on the core module. The drone being there, flying, collecting stuff. So yeah, I need to have a drone, maybe without the core module even. I don't know. Maybe let's have a core module that will be able to collect stuff and do stuff. Those things should be as components, but I don't think that they should be standalone components. Maybe that's actually the problem, that I'm trying to make components to be standalone. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. I need to think about it while I will be sleeping. So till tomorrow, guys. Good night, and actually have a nice rest of your day.